Alright, hello and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be talking a bit about the main problem with APFSDS. Now, in the background today, I have some footage of the MCC Rise before the Abrams got added in patch 1.77. So, the A1 Rise used to be one of my favorite tanks in the game, and the APFSDS round kind of made the tank good. It wasn't able to kill T-64s reliably from the front, but it got the job done. Now, the issue with this now is with tanks like the T-64B and the Abrams, we have a whole new division setup, where now instead of only top tier MBTs facing 7.7 and 9.0, we now have 9.7, 9.3, 9.0 matches. And with tanks like the MCC A1 Rise and the Leopard A1A1, we have tanks that can get 7.7 down tiers with APFSDS. Now, I don't have any gameplay of the A1A1 at the moment, but I've been playing the A1A1 more and more recently, and one of the issues I've come across with it is in a down tier, if you did a 7.7 match with the Leopard A1A1 and you have APFSDS, you will dominate the match. You can snipe, you can brawl, you can do everything with that tank. It just does not care about armor. But at the same time, if you did a 9.3 up tier without APFSDS, you're just gonna get slaughtered. Even if you have the Heat FS with the Hesh round, there's just nothing you can do. And as you see right here, I mean, I'm just taking out a T-64A, no problem. But other lower battle rating tanks can't do that. And if I didn't have an APFSDS round, if I only had a heat round, I would have been screwed. So that's the main issue. The second issue is that, well, the Chieftain and the Challenger are the main tanks that have this issue, is unlocking the APFSDS round. Now, with tanks like the MCC A1 Rise and the Leopard A1A1, it makes more sense that they have an unlockable APFSDS round. They're not the top-end machines, and these APFSDS rounds weren't their main or primary rounds. However, with tanks like the Challenger 1, the Challenger 1 starts with an APDS round at 9.3 battle rating. I mean, hell, it has two researchable APFSDS rounds, and one of them I think is still like 1,000 silver lines per shot, which is just insanity. And it wouldn't be so much of a problem, except for the fact that these are really high up tier tanks. With the Challenger 1, there's nothing you can do if you're in a 9.3 match fighting T-64Bs and you don't have APFSDS. It just doesn't make sense. And there's also this inconsistency where, and I'll try and put this on the screen if I can, the Leopard 2K has a really easy to get APFSDS round inside a tier 1 upgrade, whereas the Abrams and the Challenger 1 have these really hard to get tier 4 upgrade APFSDS rounds. So just this inconsistency within the game about which tanks get APFSDS and which tanks don't. And it really hurts the matchmaking of the game. I mean, while I would say that the Rise in a 1v1 would win against the A1A1 probably 7 times out of 10, in my opinion, I don't believe that its current battle rating is fair, because we're seeing a lot of 8.3s getting down tier to 7.3, but at the same time we are not seeing what we used to see with the Leopard 2K at 8.7 getting down tier. We just don't see that with the MCC A1 Rise. I think in my career in War Thunder, I've probably gotten maybe 4 games in a 7.7 tank where there's like one rise on the enemy team. And I don't think it's because the rise is a bad tank, it's just the battle rating currently doesn't fit it. And that's a problem that a lot of tanks right now have, is their battle rating doesn't fit. And there's a whole bunch of talk about compression issues, and I think that's partially true. If we had like a point 0.7 battle rating as the highest up or down you can go, then that would fix a lot of these issues. Because all of a sudden, now you can put the A1 Rise at a lower BR, and it still won't face these 7.7 tanks that don't have APFSDS, and it won't face 9.7 tanks like the upcoming Leopard 2 or the Abrams. But I mean, you know me, I'm just a small YouTuber with 100 subscribers. What do I know? So, I mean, that's my opinion on this. There's a whole bunch of different people that have already talked about this kind of stuff, and I'm just here to put my opinion out there. I'm not the best player, I'm probably not the worst, but I just I hate seeing tanks like the MCC Rise, which used to be, I mean, as you can see here, I'm doing pretty well in these matches against KPZs and MBTs. And MBT 70s and KPZs are still potent at top tier, just not like the demolition experts they used to be. But it feels sad seeing so few M60 A1 Rise tanks in the game. I mean, the Leopard A1 is getting spammed out to hell. I mean, and mainly the 8.7 battle rating tanks are the ones that are getting screwed over. I think the Type 74 was on DevBlog. They said it will not face the Abrams, but lo and behold, it's got an 8.7 battle rating, which means it will fight the Abrams. And the Type 74 will destroy by an Abrams every single time. In a fair fight on open ground, the Type 74 can't even penetrate the upper front, well, just the frontal portion of the Abrams. The only chance it has is with flanking, which is completely unfair. I think the T-55 is another one of those tanks that has that issue, because T-55, I believe, also does not have a stock APFSDS round, despite being an 8.7 battle rating tank, facing tanks like the KPZ or the T-64. And so you're just left with these tanks that are amazing tanks. I mean, I love my A1 Rise. Like, in my opinion, it's the most beautiful tank. Because I just love ERA tanks. ERA may be useless, but I still love seeing tanks with ERA. I, I'm grinding the entire Russian tree right now just so I can get the T-64 BV when it comes out. But at the same time, these tanks are useless because everything you're facing either fires APDS or APFSDS. And anyone firing heat is probably not going to be firing at your ERA plating. They're just going to fire at the side of your hull where it's going to go straight through and kill everyone. Which is really sad to see. I mean, again, I think the only way you can possibly fix this is by raising the BR. Well, lowering the BR gap between tanks to either point 0.3 or point 0.7. And I know Daikin really hates this idea. I remember when the Abrams was first announced, I thought for sure it was going to be 10.0 because there's no way that it's a fair fight between an M60 A1 Rise and an Abrams. They should not be on the battlefield together. The Rise does not have the competitive edge to face with the Abrams, which is probably why you don't see it anymore. And I'm really hoping that with these new top tier tanks, the Leopard 2 Leopard 2 production, the Abrams M1IP, and at the T80, I believe it is, with taints like this, I'm hoping that that'll just break 9.0 and then we'll be safe with our 8.7 but taints again, and we can have fun in them. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm trying to get back in the swing of making videos, but I'm not sure how well it's going to work, especially with finals coming up. So, if you guys do enjoy this, please tell me so I know if I should make more of these. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.